Hello everyone, welcome to the next video in our series of beginner guides to Rise of Kingdoms. Today we are looking at the middle kingdom of a jumper account. So we're going to talk about the tips, the tricks I have from my experience, everything we've done here, so that everything works and yeah, everything goes to plan. You don't make mistakes. I've got some feedback from the guys I'm jumping with. Some of the things they already made mistakes on, so I've talked about them, but I'm gonna talk about them again so that you don't make those mistakes. We're gonna go over some other stuff that we should be focusing on during this Middle Kingdom. The cool thing about the Middle Kingdom is it's actually kind of relaxed. Yeah, there's stuff you can always do, but it's basically min-maxing at this point where if you don't do it, you're not, you know, in a terrible situation. But if you do it, you're getting a little bit further every time you do something. So here we are. I'm about 134,000 power now. That's basically just from these troops. You get about 1,000 power an hour from troops as long as you're active, because you can make 1,200 troops an hour at when all your buildings are level 7. So that's some of the place where I'm going to get power from. The other place I can still get power from is I have a couple buildings. My quarry's not all the way max, it's level 5. And my castle is not all the way max, which costs a bit of gems to upgrade. I'm not sure I'm going to do that on this account. I normally do. Um, I probably will. It's level 7 castle is decent enough. The other thing I'm constantly doing is, if you'll notice in the top right here, I am completely out of action points. I've been spending them. That has been awesome because right now there is a Lohars event. And Lohars means that every time I kill barbarians, basically every single time, I get stuff. And Lohars, that's one of the main reasons we come to this Middle Kingdom, is on the third day of a new server is Lohars. And Lohars, you can just use all of your action points to gain even more stuff. Every time you kill Lohars, you get this item. I have 12 of them. I opened a bunch before. It doesn't matter if you open them or not. As you can see, I'm going to open them right here. All the stuff you get, these goody goodies, are going to be put in your inventory and not actually into your resource pits. So they're nice and safe. No one can take them from you. They're yours forever until you actually use them. You can get these bucklers, and you can also get the longbows from Lohars. Don't use those right now. We're going to use those when there's no event going on that requires you to hunt barbarians, because they use AP, and your AP is currently more valuable to hunt barbarians because you get all this stuff. Like that was 12 things, and I got 330 gems. I got 150,000 food, plus more because I got the 50,000 packs down here. I got some speed ups. I got arrows of resistance, which are for the watchtower. So lots of good stuff, and that's on top of every time you kill barbarians. You also get speed ups. You get resources. You get arrows of resistance. Sometimes you get gems. Sometimes you get starlight sculptures. So it almost triples the rewards you get from doing barbarians, which is huge, 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 huge value. And that's the main reason why this middle jump is so good. Is you all that AP, you got 8 days of AP that you're also getting some Lohars. And Lohars doesn't last all the 8 days. It only lasts 4 days, I believe. So it lasts, yeah, 4 days right there, 17th to 21st. But that's still 4 days. That's like 2,500 AP a day, let's say, maybe even more, where you're just getting all this additional free stuff that other people who are going to be in the next kingdom will not have. So there's great value to that. As you can see, yeah, my cities, I've been upgrading it. Basically everything's level 7. So something that my buddy who's jumping with me made a mistake of, or somehow messed up, or I don't know what happened, he didn't really flesh it out to him, is he accidentally used his green teleport. Right here, this is the most valuable thing you have in the entire game right now. It doesn't matter if you have a million gold. Well, if you had a million gold sculpture, that'd be pretty cool too. But it doesn't matter how much resource you have, whatever, you can't jump without this. If I were to use one of these right now and say go teleport somewhere on the map, the game would decide instead, hey, you have one of these in your inventory. We're going to use this instead because that's what you're supposed to do. So Do not teleport. Do not use a random teleport because it'll use your beginner's teleport. Do not use a territorial. Do not use an advanced teleport, targeted teleport. Do not teleport until we're moving to a new kingdom. Do not. I can't stress that enough. It is the most important thing you can do, or else all this work we've done is literally useless. Do not, do not, do not teleport. So we've been continuing here. I've been exploring some of the fog here because I can still collect all of the caves and tribal villages on this map. But there's one caveat. At a certain point, after you've collected a certain number of caves and villages, the game itself will decide, hey, this person is clearly collecting so much stuff. We're going to lower the rewards they get. So right here, I've been leaving some of the caves that are low treasure level, because when Lilith decides that I've had enough, they're going to turn all caves to low treasure caves, even if it says high or medium treasure. So right now I am collecting only high and medium caves because those still give me high and medium rewards. When it gets to the point where they no longer give me those kind of rewards, I will switch and I will collect all of the caves so that I get extra high and medium rewards, and then all the rest of my rewards will be the low cave rewards, which are still good rewards. They're just obviously getting the purple and blue chests are a little bit better than getting the green chests. So it's just a little trick or utilization of knowing how the game's going to work to your advantage. I stumbled upon that myself, but I'm sure other people know it. It's just it's not something you would think about. So additionally, it does that to your tribal villages, if I can find one here. So tribal villages used to give either 50k or 50 troops, about 13 or 14 resource packs. It also gave the kingdom maps and experience tomes. Mine have already been nerfed, so they give a lot less. So instead of 50 troops, they now give 20 troops, which is still pretty good. It's about 40% of it is exactly 40% of the original amount. But they also only give one resource pack if they do resource packs. So speed ups aren't nerfed, thankfully, which is really awesome. And that's one of the main reasons you can still do this, is because some of the stuff is still really good. Oops. There's a low cave. And let's see if I have any more. Maybe not quite yet. I think I've clicked them all. But yeah, you can get one resource pack as opposed to getting the 13 you would have before. Let's explore there. Keep the exploration going. As you can see, I've zigzagged a bunch here. I don't think I'll be able to finish. It's really, really, really hard to finish the entire map in the middle jumping period. You can if you spend like 16, 17 hours a day and all you're doing is scouting. It's possible. I think when I first did it, one of my friends at the time got to 95%, but it wasn't complete, and that was as close as you can get. So I'm just trying to explore as much as possible. Sometimes what you can do is if you see one of your alliance members are in a different zone and they're right by a cave. I can't do it with this, but if this was a cave, I could send my scout to this cave and he would just walk, and everywhere he walked along the line would be scouted. So that's a way you can try and get some massive amount of exploration quickly. I can't do it with the tribal village because you can't scout to it. I actually also believe you can send troops. So if I were to reinforce this guy, my troops would walk over there, but I'm not sure they clear fog. In fact, maybe I'll test that later. But yeah, if you find a cave in one of your buddies' little towns here, that's what I did to get this way over here. Is there was a cave. I was like, hey, scout the cave. My little scout guy, he walked through the fog and he cleared all this space just by clicking that one cave. So that was pretty good stuff. The other thing I should mention, and it's already happened here, is at the beginning of Kingdoms, you're going to find this as well. People are all trying to be that strong alliance. Oh, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to start fighting people. And that's one of the reasons why we don't open the cave packs, is people like to fight other people. So until the kingdom's kind of controlled, a lot of the times there's no control. You'll have wars, you'll have civil wars, etc. And that's not ideal for a kingdom, but it's going to be what it's going to be. So you have to deal with it as it is. So one of the ways we deal with that is A, you try not to provoke anybody. B, don't attack anybody. It's actually super invaluable, so it's not very valuable to attack another city unless you're sure you're going to beat it badly. Because when you attack another city, your troops die, and the defending troops only go to the hospital. So you, by defending, unless you're overwhelmed, you're gonna win. And that happened to me here. Someone got angry that our alliance had so many members near theirs. We're jumping, so it doesn't actually matter. But people are very sensitive, and at the early game, and they're thinking everyone's out to get them. So they decided they were going to rally me. I got rallied with about, I don't know, 50,000 troops, and I had about 40 or 50 myself in the city, and they had a bunch. They had 6,000 dead, and I had 1,000 dead. So it wasn't very valuable for them to attack the city. However, if they do beat the city, they can take whatever is not protected by your storehouse. So the storehouse here can protect 500, 500, 375. So it can take. They could technically take 9,000 or food and about 50,000, 500,000 stone. Something we can do to prevent that is by not having too much in our inventory. So one thing we can do is the courier station. Courier station sells stuff for resources, so I can buy this, and no longer they can't take anything from me if they were to attack me. Um, it's just a little way to protect your stuff. You get something out of nothing, so they're never going to be able to take this because it's in my inventory, and they can no longer take anything from my food stores in my city if I were to get attacked. So that's one of the things you can do in this Middle Kingdom to help grow without looking like you're growing. So if someone were to scout me right now, they'd be like, they got 90,000, but I'm still going to lose like 4,000 troops dead. Maybe it's not worth them to attack anymore. But if I had, 10 million food, 10 million wood, 10 million stone, well, they're willing to take on those dead counts to take over my city, right? They're willing to like burn me and lose their own troops because they're getting more in return. So you protect your troops and your city and your everything by buying stuff in the courier shop, by buying stuff in the VIP shop, depending on your levels. Level 2, you can buy out the basic action potion for resources, and at VIP 3, you can buy these for normal resources instead of gems. So you can use that as another way to protect your resources. But yeah, keep going in the Second Kingdom. Use all of your AP, especially during Lohars. Don't use AP potions necessarily yet. Um, the barbarians aren't even worth hitting with AP potions. The Lohars is nice, but the barbarians aren't worth hitting because they're level 8 and they only drop 10 gems at a time, and so a little bit of other stuff. But as the barbarians increase every day, you can wait for them to increase a bit before you're willing to do that. But I'll only use AP during events, and the main thing is using AP during pre-KVK and KVK, which we will talk about later. But those are the best value for your AP potions because you can gain so much power if you save. It's a balance. So yeah, keep scouting, keep getting as many caves as you possibly can, and try to be low profile and save. Once again, save your teleport. Do not use this teleport. I guess one final thing I'll mention, it's going to be covered probably in depth in another video, but if you're raising a commander, if you ever buy Minamoto or the commander that's on sale right now, he'd be in actually right here. I think it's Luban, powerful demon god Lubu. So they're going to give you 10 sculptures, which means you can summon him, but you can't get his skill points any higher. Do not level those kind of commanders, like Minamoto as well. When you summon him, you're going to get level 1. How commanders work is every star level up to 4, you're going to unlock another ability. But that also means when you're upgrading skills, skills are quote unquote random to upgrade. So if I were to upgrade right now, it's going to choose a random available skill to upgrade. Seeing as I only have one skill available to upgrade, it's not really random. It's going to go to that one. Once it gets to level 5, the skill's upgraded. So if I hit upgrade now, it obviously went to that skill. And it increased from 50 damage to 60 damage, which it's a green commander. I probably won't use markswoman ever, but just to show you. So if I were to upgrade her to star level 2 quickly here, just to show. So if I upgrade her to star level 2 here, it unlocks another ability, which is awesome, except that now if I were to put my sculptures into her, it can choose, it's a 50% chance to go to her damage ability or her second ability. And every single commander, except for gathering commanders, you should max their first skill before any other skill because skills actually increase in cost as they get more expensive. See, I used it and it went to the skill instead of the skill. So that means I'm going to have to wait longer to increase her actual damage dealing a skill, which is not so bad on a green commander like this because I'm going to get a million markswoman sculptures eventually, but gold commanders like Minamoto especially and Lubu, if I were to level him up to level or to 2-star, he gets infinitely worse. Like as soon as you do that, you don't increase this damage, you're increasing a different skill. And it's good, but the first skill is always going to be better. And uh, it's a huge mistake that people make, and people always get super mad at their commanders. But make sure you know what you're doing before you start up a commander. If you don't know, ask someone in your alliance who will know. If not, check some guides out. I will be posting a guide eventually, but I just want to get that out there because people will make that mistake here, and people will buy Minamoto really early, and then they will be like, "Oh my God, I got this legendary commander. I'm gonna make him super strong." Well, yeah, that's okay, except that make sure you get your first skill maxed first. The other skills aren't gonna matter as much, but the first skill is super important. Super important. Make sure you level it up to 5 first before you get up to 2-star. Anyways, thank you for watching. I know most of you won't. I think it's like 90% of people who watch videos don't. But if you did enjoy the video, give it a like. If you enjoy my content, give me a subscribe. Um, Obviously, a like doesn't cost anything. It's one click of a button and then you can forget about it. Subscribe. I'm going to be posting as much content as I can. I really like this game, so I enjoy talking about it and getting some of my knowledge out there. I hope you listen. I'm going to try and keep improving videos here. Yeah, I appreciate the support, and to all my Alliance members out there who watch it, even though they probably already know all this, I appreciate your support as well. And we'll just keep pushing and growing and learning and helping people along the way because that's really what it's all about. Let's make sure we help as many people as we can, teach as many people as we can about some of the things they will not know at the beginning of the game. And if you watch my video, hopefully that helps you improve as a player. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.